Welcome to our one-shot campaign in B-17, the Mighty 8th Redux. We will be flying in our plane, the Lucky 13, and trying to get to 25 missions without getting anybody killed. Likelihood of this is 25%. 25% is the survival rate for making it 25 missions for a B-17 crew member. 51% fatality rate for making it throughout the entire war, so odds aren't looking good. We're going to be using 25 missions. As escorts got better, and towards the end of the war, this was extended for 35 missions per person. I know one lucky bastard made it to 50, but we're not going to be that guy. Don't get attached to any of our crew members just yet. Luckily, though, first mission, as always, is heading to Brest Harbor. Bombing the harbor or U-boat base. We will do our best. We're equipped with 6 500-pound general-purpose bombs and 12 100-pound incendiaries. Not too bad. Thankfully, we're not going to be dealing with fighters. That's pretty good. Most of our casualties will be to fighter aircraft, though flak will be doing the most damage to our plane, I felt. We'll do our best. Here's our plane. Lucky 13, and I'd feel lucky if I looked at this every time. He looks like a trustworthy guy. He looks like he'd get you to places. Get you home safe. He's the kind of guy that would... You feel safe around him, right? I do. Ugh. God. Okay, I just want to explain the rules to this campaign a little bit more. This is our plane, Lucky 13. These are our crew members. Every single mission, we'll go out, we'll bomb the target, come back. That's fine. That makes sense. However, if we lose our bombardier, he dies, that's it. We run with it. There won't be any save scumming, and whatever happens, happens. If we don't even make it to, like, the third mission, that's it. Campaign over. Series done. That's just how it's gonna be. I'll do my best to make it to 25, but like I said, a crew member to make it to 25 sorties was 25% survival rate. And I may have mentioned this, I honestly forgot, even though it was, I think, 2 minutes ago. As escort fighters got better, as we phased out the P-47 with the Mustang, sorties went up to 35. And that's just for crew members. Planes, the longer they ran, they went up, so a lot of planes just went up for 100, 200 sorties, and that's just crazy. But yeah, there is an exception for glitches. Run might get screwed at the very end because the AI crapped itself and crashed us into the ground, and I don't want to lose a campaign like that, so we'll just pretend it didn't happen and do over. Or I guess you just won't see it happen, that's the more likely option, so if some numbers don't line up, just assume some bullshit happened, and you'll be right. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out if flak is going to kill more crew or fighters are going to kill more crew. I like to boast myself as a pretty good shot, so I'm not too worried about fighters. I'm more worried about the flak. You can't exactly shoot flak down. You just kind of have to just sit there and take it, so it's probably going to do the most damage to us. It doesn't do too much crew damage. They'll get injured, sure, maybe even critically, but only a real direct hit will be a problem, and that does happen from time to time. But that's mostly towards your wings. Vertical horizontal stabilizer. Whoa. I'm sick. That's going to be my excuse for that slip-up. I have been sick for a couple weeks. I meant to say days. I also have a stutter and a really dumb brain. I don't know if you've caught on. Probably not. Why would you watch my content? You shouldn't. Don't do it. Honestly, borderline wasting your time. But if you are, thanks. Appreciate it. What was I saying? Right, yeah, flak's probably going to be a problem. This is what the German fighter pilots would be seeing. They would want to be high around here, coming down very quickly, and they would be aiming at the wing parts here, engines, fuel tanks, more engines. And what that lines up perfectly are your pilots, top turret, chin gunner, bombardier, and your navigator in here, as well as your radio operator. And those are the people we're probably going to have to get up a lot. Weirdly enough, though, and I don't know why, historically, waist gunners have the worst survival rates. I don't know why. German tactics for shooting down B-17s are to avoid the sides. You would never want to attack this thing from the side. Your waist gunner, ball turret, top turret, and chin turret all have sight lines on you. This is the worst. You also have a horrible cross-section against taking this thing down, because you can shoot it as many times as you want from the side. You're not going to hit anything important except for the engines, I guess. Maybe you'll get some important crew. But you would never want to shoot it like this. You would want to attack it from, like I said, this angle here. And below, if you can get some shots from here. Never from the side. So I have no idea why these guys have such terrible survival odds. Especially when the ball turret had the best. Look at this guy. I want you to think about his position in life. I want you to picture yourself curled up into this contraption. He has the best odds for survival. He's not even wearing a parachute. His parachute is stored somewhere in here. That is crazy to me. So, oh god, getting into this thing is its entire whole ordeal as well. He has to aim this thing straight down. There's a hatch at the back he opens to enter the fuselage. He then has to crank the ball inside of the plane to exit, grab his parachute, and then bail. Turret gunner has it a little bit easier. He has to go, I believe he also didn't wear a parachute. It had his stored somewhere in the tail. Could be wrong about that, not 100%. And he does have a pretty long walk to get to his exit door. Yeah. No idea why these guys have the best survival odds, but I can figure it out. I think it's because he's just not in the fuselage where you would be getting shot at. But then there's flak. I don't know. I don't know, man. But go him. Luckily, we don't have to worry about fighters this mission. It is just flak. Still a massive issue. Still not excited about dealing with it, but you know, that's how she goes. The route we were given also isn't great. We are traveling a long way through this flak field. Luckily, we're gonna have some breaks. We're gonna have to readjust the guns to get better angles at us. And once we dropped our bombs, we also have the opportunity to change our altitude, throw off their gunnery, and make it out of this alive. I will be very surprised if we lose Lucky 13 today. I won't be surprised on the second sortie and beyond, though, because we're going to be start flying sorties over France, interior of France, way more flak and a lot more fighters to deal with. Eventually, if we make it that far, we'll probably start bombing mainland Germany, which, much more fighters, a lot more flak. Jesus. We're gonna lose her the second we get sent to Berlin. Sure, looks great from above, all these opportunities to bomb factories and other things here, but the gauntlet we have to run at least we're gonna trigger 10 fields to send up fighters, and those are gonna be 109s. Meant to say 190s. They're gonna be 190s. They're gonna be 4 20mm cannons and light caliber machine gun fire opposed to the 1 20mm cannons 109s have. It's not excited. Alright, we are a little bit further into this mission now. I believe we just crossed, or we entered the channel. And we're leaving Britain behind. I'm pretty sure we do have our escort fighters with us now. They might still be scrambling. Yeah, they're still over Britain. I don't think we're going to be able to see ourselves yet. They look to be below the cloud layer. We are well above it. Somewhere down there are little guys. I just want to geek out about this plane a little bit. I know a lot about it. I don't know what that says about me. Sure. It'll be fun. Let's start with this nose. I just want to geek out a bit. So this bombardier position's controlling the cheat gun, as seen here. Controls this through that weird looking joystick he's holding. I don't know how that mechanism works 100%, but I think it's pretty cool. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But yeah, I went up in the Yankee Lady. I got to tour the inside. We actually went up in it, as in we flew this thing. I say we, the flight crew did. I was just a stupid tourist there, but yeah, they let me be inside of this awesome plane. Actually seated right here, they set up this really janky seat for me. I'm 6'3", and my hair hunched over is getting caught in the flight lines here. These lines control flight surfaces and stuff. Really concerning. You could just reach up and grab these and feel the airplane, feel the pilots controlling this airplane through the wires. It's unnerving. Honestly, worst comes to worst, you don't have like a flight deck anymore. You could kind of control this whole thing like a puppet using these wires. Don't know why you want to. Don't know if you feasibly could, but it's an option. This is also the navigator spot. I also have a picture for this. I think it's pretty cool. Don't know about you. Well, you're watching this video. You're like 5 minutes into this video. You think it's cool. We think alike. This shit's just cool. What's not cool is how skinny this catwalk is. I don't know if you could fall onto these bomb bay doors and they won't open. They're crank operated and also operated by hydraulics. I think they would hold your weight. I'm like 180, between 180 and 200 pounds, somewhere in there. I didn't want to test it. And this thing's a foot wide max. I think it's actually less. 8 inches maybe. Not a fan. Disgusting, honestly. And I was up there inside the plane, flying about 4,000 feet off the ground. Walking over that thing was not good, especially when you feel the plane get rocked a bit by turbulence. I didn't like it at all. Just one of the worst things I've ever done. Not the worst, but definitely the sketchiest. Yeah. This is kind of the plane. It's small, cramped. You have to, for my height, you have to be hunched over the whole time. It doesn't come through in-game, but how you enter the nose compartment on this mini-map, there's this little crawl way here. Not really, but if the pilots are here, there's a little entrance down here you would crawl down and into. And this little hatch right here would open up, and that'd be the emergency escape for Bombardier and Navigator. And it's hard to explain. I'm sure I'll throw in a graphic of some diagram to explain this, but it's coffin sized. High-tech stuff. think that's it for emergency exits. What's he looking at? I guess nothing. Okay. Alright. That is the coast of France down there, and we're getting close to Brest Harbor. I was running a squadron commander campaign before I started this one, and I just watched myself lose 3 planes to flak. And they got torn to bits. The very first flak shell was a direct hit to one of my fuel tanks I watched. Yeah. And the next ones just got picked to shreds, torn to pieces in front of my eyes, and there wasn't anything I can do about it. That's flak for you. I hate it. Everybody hated it. It's loud, startling, black puffs everywhere, and you're just hearing flaming, molten hot shrapnel pierce your hull, and you just gotta eat it. You just have to tank that. Pretty soon we're gonna be reaching that decision point. That's when we're gonna take the weather and decide which of these really too close together facilities we're gonna be taking out. I'd prefer, well, actually, our bomb layer loadout is not optimal for piercing concrete. I'd much rather take this loadout in destroying some ships, factories, other warehouses than concrete bunker. But, you know, surely there's not that many unexploded ordnance over France right now. I'm sure it's not like a big deal, or civilians just find unexploded artillery shells from a war 80 years ago. Surely that's not a problem. Don't look that up if you live anywhere in Europe. You don't want to know how many unexploded ordnance is under your cities. And that's just explosives. Imagine the gas artillery from the First World War. We haven't found all the warheads yet. Just some food for thought. If I had to really describe how every single one of these sorties go, most of it's waiting around just across the channel, but the second action starts, it is the worst anxiety I've talked over the I just didn't even hear it. What am I doing?
Weather at primary target is believed to be cloudy,
God,
with 8 tenths cloud at approximately 5,000 feet.
Oh no.
Weather at secondary target is believed to be cloudy, with 7
God.
at approximately 5,000 feet. 7. Repeat. 2.
7 tenths. Really hoping we'd have gotten good weather for the first mission. I think I'm going to be able to pull some damage out of this. We still have a while to go, could be this game's tagline. If you wanted to raw dog this in real time, I mean, I'm sure you've noticed when this mission began. Doing this in real time would have been 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Not me, man.
We're on the bomb run. Bomb doors, full open.
Alright, we are on the bomb run. Bomb doors are open. About to rock. And, yeah, look. Little guys. Where are these guys? They dropped their bomb tanks. I think they're heading back. Nice. And what are we looking at here? Jesus Christ. Oh god, this looks bad. Luckily, I did a practice mission to warm up before this, so I know the area pretty well, but I was working with like 2 tenths cloud. I have almost clear view. It was not this bad. Honestly, I think I want to hang our bombs a little bit left. Here is the U-boat pen. We have no hope of damaging it. Our largest bomb's 500 pounds. That concrete bunker reinforced with rebar will eat that for breakfast, and we only have 6 of those. I'd much rather take out See what I mean by attacking perpendicular? Could have been straight from here, getting a lot more. Honestly, I'm gonna drift forward a bit to right here. I think that's good. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. That's a lot of incendiaries for nothing. No troops. Man, that's a lot of bombs. Here's the base. Here's that, you better look at that U-boat pen. We do have some U-boats right here hanging out. Aiming for about here. It looked like there's a lot more things to bomb. From my point of view, I thought we had some warehouses over here. Please don't overshoot! Well, we destroyed a dock, some oil in a warehouse, and also a few... Is that a bomber hanging back? It's probably good. I'm surprised we're as good as we are. I fully expected to hand out some purple hearts today, but we got lucky. Anything can happen, but I'm optimistic. Okay, maybe I'm less optimistic. Tail got a few hits to it. Mid looks fine. Operator is fine. Bomb bay doors, thankfully, a little undamaged. A few flak holes here and there. Our pilot might have something sticking in them, we don't know yet, and the schnoz has taken some punishment. Too bad. Upon further inspection, it looks like we're down 2 bombers. Usually there's 6 per chevron, I think it would be the term for it. This is ours. We still have all of our guys, and I only count 4 down here, so I'm hoping they turned back and I didn't notice, but I do remember seeing something burning and falling to the ground. Our fighters look okay. These guys are also all accounted for, so I think we lost 2 birds. Not good, but like I said, lost 3 my sorties, so that's how it goes. Alright, we just arrived over in Deanthorpe. We should be falling out of formation and landing soon. And this is when it's kind of a coin flip if the game decides you made progress today or not. There's a really annoying glitch where these goobers decide they want to fly back and do one more fly over Germany, lose fuel, and ditch in the pond, which means you can't complete the mission. So it's a toss-up if you wasted an hour of your time or not. Really annoying. I think that problem mostly happens in Squadron campaign. I say hesitantly. I don't know. Well, that's a weird lecture. I'll just not look at that. We'll look at this guy instead. So, I hope that glitch doesn't happen. Other than that, I also don't trust this game to have the AI land a plane safely. So I'll probably just skip ahead. And here we are at debrief. Yeah, I was expecting that. Surprisingly, I think this is just counting our flight. We lost no bombers, shot down none, there were no fighters. Bomb damage estimate low, and I'll have to agree. Our main mission was the U-boat pen. We only destroyed a warehouse, dock, and some surrounding residential buildings. No U-boats destroyed, so... thankfully no crew injuries. Yeah. Not too bad. That's gonna do it for today's video. I'm excited for the next one. I don't know what YouTubers are supposed to say. Ring the subscribe Expel the press. Comment or I'll